Hi, I'm Oliver from Winnipeg, November Project Winnipeg, and this song is a song for NP. Here goes. Hello, good morning. Are you all good? Hello, good morning. Are you all good? I love NP and I love hoisties. I love free hugs and I love burpees. I love box jumps and I love sprints, but not when I have shin splints. Now are we all good? Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Woo!
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming and for sharing your gift. You're awesome. As you know, I'm a huge fan of yours. This is so
Thanks
cool.
for having me.
Action. Well, that was fantastic. Welcome to episode 13 of November Project, the show. Today is Cinco de Mayo, coming to you from Southern Vermont, where I'm living, from Southern Cape Cod, where Laura is right now, and from northern states of Minnesota,
I'm in the
Logan
bathroom.
Graham.
I'm in the bathroom still.
A southern part of your bathroom or northern part of your bathroom, BG?
It's central. I'm actually right in the center, and that's what's
Yeah.
nice about this one.
It's downtown bathroom.
My wife refers to it as a powder room.
You know,
Mother's Day's coming up, Laura. What do you got? You pumped?
I'm so pumped. I mean, Mother's Day is just my favorite day of the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love to spend another full day with my family.
Well, in other equally big, huge news, tomorrow, November Project will be sharing out the results of the best of Sunrise 6K, the writing contest that took place last week at Sunrise. And we were lucky to be able to read through dozens of those entries,
Dozens.
while Laura read through hundreds of thousands.
I have an admission to make, self-report, if you will. I don't know, maybe since my kids were born, I got kind of very emotional. Like I cry at things. I like watch commercials. They really get to me, like, oh my goodness, like that Kleenex commercial is so great, or Dove soap. It's, really got me here. So I tear up. I was reading a bunch of these and I was like, I was bawling my face off. It was incredible. I mean, just hundreds and hundreds of incredible entries of people pouring their hearts out, and then there were some funny ones, and then there were some, very brief ones. Good run. Like that was incredible. Obviously you're not going to win anything because there's way better ones than that, but that still put a chuckle on my face. So great effort from everybody. Thank you so much for taking time. Not that people don't have time right now, but it was still, time and effort to sit down and write your thoughts. People are creative, people are funny, people are great writers. So thank you to everybody.
Laura, did you get emotional reading any of these, or has parenthood hardened you?
I did. No, I was actually going to ask you next when the last time you cried was, because I don't cry. But I'm kind of within the Boying camp where I feel like having a kid has kind of really softened me a little bit. Yeah. And so I did get a little emotional reading some of these. I got emotional thinking about all the different countries that people were writing in from, that most of them don't have NP. I thought that was really cool. But actually, I just thought of a 5-star review.
Yeah, 5-star review by Laura. Five.
Out of
So
nowhere.
we're going to do one today, but then I just thought of it. Because I did have a good cry. So the 5-star review is just to put a little positivity in the world, because a lot of people only review things when things go wrong. So we're going to review something when things go right. And there were two things on social media this week that actually brought tears to my eyes, and they were back to back. So first, adoption of a Jack Edwards, and I have a little Jack Edward. Shalane Flanagan adopted a little boy, and so now she's a new mom. And then like the same day, Anderson Cooper adopted a young boy, had a boy via surrogacy. And so now he's a new dad. And once I got to his, I just threw the phone across the couch and said, enough is enough. Because it was too emotional for me to handle. And both parents are just so overjoyed, and it was so cute. So, 5-star review for Shalane and Anderson. I will never watch this.
What are you talking about? There are musical guests on Friday.
Yeah, totally.
It's a duet.
BG, when's the last time you cried?
We've had a couple good friends pass away in the last few months since Christmas. Jeff Gladstone from NPSD, that was a big one for me. A friend of ours from Northeastern Rowing. So like those things. But I agree with what Boyan said. Ever since becoming a parent, Boyan does cry at a lot of stuff. So I've noticed that about him. But it's cool that even Laura's showing weakness. I remain the captain of Toughness Mountain. I'm fine. I said I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. No, I get it. I think I get it. I mean, you see, is it the kid? Is it the kind of the bond with your partner? Is it the stress that has you at the end of your rope? So stuff is just more like cry worthy. I actually agree with what Boyan's saying. But Laura, as your friend, I don't think you're the tough person in my life. So I didn't hear that. That was really cute, the 5-star thing you did, but like, you don't. That's hard for me to hear. Yeah, some of the stuff on social, man, like even your stuff, Laura, like your stuff has gotten like cheesy wheezy in a good way.
Cheesy wheezy,
I mean,
know.
it's like
every time I post something that's a little too cheese, I think of you.
That's nice. So I'm kind of shepherding you back into line. So I'm gonna need like some throwback track shots, or like man, I can't wait to go camping with me and just me, Yeah, Laura, it's like it's like you've turned the corner, because a year ago your posts were like, get me out of here. And now it's like,
well, there's nowhere to go.
39 and a half.
The joke's on me. If I were to put up content day after day that were like sarcastic, get me out of this hellhole, like nobody would want to read that.
Yeah. I'm going to go back today. And share out 2 or 3 really good posts of the Laura that I know that's gotten lost along the way. Yeah, so back to the main point of this, because I know that we got another musical guest. We're probably going to wrap up the show very quickly, but the top 10 best of are coming out tomorrow. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Thousands of entries. People took time to write small captions, long form, some beautiful stuff. And so I think all 3 of us were very moved. And a huge thanks to Laura for leading the team of leaders who sifted through all of them. Huge thanks to the folks at Strava. Nearly 18,000 people registered. Obviously, Brooks has always got our back, and they're hooking people up who are selected and roll out tomorrow. So I can't believe that the Sunrise 6K, the best of it, is in the rear view mirror. But this week will be a lot of hype, and then of course continued on to next week as we try and push people to read that long form of like the 10, most outstanding. That's what we had. That was the task we put ourselves up to, which was hard. So if you do have time this week in your quarantine life, which you should, chip away at those. It's going to be a lot of reading, but it's going to be powerful stuff. So don't do it on the fly. Don't do it just on your phone between stuff. Take some time. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit, and not to continue the tangent, but when you and I stepped down from leading November Project Boston, we got surprised by a giant bag full of handwritten notes and letters, and some were just tiny little note cards, and some were, typed out single space, pages and pages of heartfelt content that it was just incredible to read. But after you read like 5 or 6 of them, you have to pause. You have to take a break to let it all sink in, because every of those stories is incredibly meaningful, but there is a bit of a pattern. I had a struggle, and then I found NP. Thank you to you 2 idiots for bringing this to my life. And we had to, BG, you and I had to kind of pause and take only 10 or 12 at a day,
Right.
because after a while, it would just be kind of like a repeating thing, and I don't think it would be fair to the people that were, writing those heartfelt notes and pouring their hearts into those pages. So
Yeah.
this felt a little bit like that,
Totally.
where you do see a little bit of a pattern, but at the same time, every one of those entries is incredibly emotional.
Well, and it's cool because everyone's by themselves, right? Like this is a global thing. We tell a big story so often, but that sunrise that we did share, it felt connected. It did, and that was part of the goal, and that was part of the idea by the folks out of Boston. But boy, as we turn back and we're counting all those thank you notes, I guess Laura's must have gotten lost because her emotional note to us, I never saw it. Did she?
Yeah, she was in San Francisco, and I think it got lost in the mail or something.
You know. Castro. Okay. Well, I'm proud of this show when we have big guests, no guests, when we go really long, but maybe most of all when we go and have an efficient show. So if you like what you see here, send this link to your mom.
She's the only one who will watch.
Yeah, totally. Musical guest number 2 is coming on in a couple minutes here, folks.
Before musical guest comes on, I have a shout out. Family, speaking of family across the world, my cousin, BG, who you've been at his wedding. His name is Strahinja, but he goes by Fear. He lives in Austria, and he watches these shows. And so he just recently had a baby. So he has 2 kids. He lives in Austria, and then as he's kind of like doing like the bottle feeding thing, he's watching the 3 of us or whoever is on the screen. And he's like, I'm not going to make any comments, but like he sent me a note. He's like, yeah, I'm watching these.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shout out to Fear in Austria.
Maybe this is who we need to promote this show to. Like, I feel like a lot of new parents, half asleep, middle of the night feed, pop on NP the show. It's
good background noise for the kids to fall asleep to.
Funnier if you're half asleep.
So Boyan, I gotta let you in on this joke. This is one of my fucking favorite things right now. Laura does this really backhanded compliment, like shuts you down, builds you up and shuts you down in like one sentence, and it's brilliant. She doesn't even know she's fucking doing it, but she'll do something like this. She does something like this. I'll send her a podcast or I'll be on a podcast and she does this fucking thing that pisses me off, and it's like a compliment and I get my feelings hurt at the same time. She'll go, oh yeah, I listened to the podcast. And again, it could be a link to something or something that I'm on. And she'll go, I really liked it. I didn't finish it though. But what the fuck is that?
The one thing though, the podcast
really
we get upset about are Rich Roll episodes that are 3 hours long.
Yeah, I really liked it so much. In my mind, I liked it so much.
I couldn't stand
so
it.
much. I couldn't finish it. It's like build you up, and then just right when you're about to smile, it's like a little. All right, folks.
Oh my goodness.
But this is my friend. This is my friend. And,
I'm Nat of Minneapolis, St. Paul specifically. This is originally written for a cello, but here I am playing it on a violin by Johann Sebastian Bach. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Nice work.
Or is
Can
that?
I stop this recording, by the way?
Now keep it going. Let's see if we can get some B-roll from this artist.
See what we got.
But like, is that stressful or is that so easy for you?
This is an easier one. This is good. Yeah. No, trust me. I've lost a lot since I was 8. Believe it or not, I was
Yeah.
like doing pretty well when I was in high school, but I practiced just enough to like keep doing it like this. That's all I got.
How
You don't
often
forget
do
how
you
to
play
hold it.
now?
You're right. What's that?
How often do you play?
Oh, not very often. It comes and goes, like this week now I brought it out a couple times.
Yeah.
At the request of my, sister or whatever.
I I brought my violin home from my parents' house, and I haven't touched it in 16 years.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, I played from the time I was young till college, and
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh my
What?
gosh.
I'm
So
not.
why are you playing right now?
Because I'm like, I honestly, people are like, it's like riding a bike. I like stared at it and I was like, oh God. But I want to take like a different avenue. Like, obviously you do a lot of classical stuff when you're in school. Like, I kind of want to go down the fiddle route and see what happens. So, yeah.
I want to go down that route with you. I would love to like take like trad music lessons.
Yeah, right?
Cool.
It's like a completely different instrument, but I want to see what happens. Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Boyan,
My mind is blown just all over this computer right now.
you think I don't know you, Laura?
Yeah. Like, who are you and what have you done to our friend of 15 years?
What are we? Okay.
So like I sing a little, and I was thinking the other day, like,
What?
how funny it would be if like I was like, I'm just gonna sing on NP's show, and how you two, like, you guys have never heard me sing, so like it just would be so funny just to watch you two. I don't care about anyone else, but
So
I don't have the balls to do it, so I won't do it, but I'll tease you with it.
Yeah, this is the first on NP, the show where we let the musical guest in on the next musical guest.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Laura,
yeah.
Laura,
Well, I nominate starting and ending with Laura. So
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you have like those late night shows when you have like a super famous person that like sings through all 3 segments and
Right.
a musical guest.
No, it's like when Timberlake hosts SNL.
SNL, right?
right.
Yeah. He's going to do everything. He's going to do open monologue. He's going to play all the instruments.
It'll be easier for setting up the episode. Boyan and I won't even have to go. The link,
Right.
the artist,
Yeah, it's just me by myself.
you got it. 5 stars, the violin, the singing. Okay, we got it. We're good.
Hey, so here's an ignorant guy question, which I'm sure I can figure out this by just asking Google, but why don't you 2 experts tell me the difference between violin and the fiddle?
Good call.
There's not a difference in the instrument. It's just like different styles of playing.
Yeah.
So can you like whip out Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Well, like, not right now.
Not
but,
right
like,
now.
it's a much more like, I mean, I feel like it's not like a sheet music, like my mom was like, I bought you this new chin rest. And I'm like, that's so nice. But like fiddlers won't use like any type of rest, it's
Right.
a lot more emotional, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I've never played like a lot of that music.
Yeah, and you'd often probably like learn like by listening, where you just be like sort of immersed in that like I mean, traditionally like, you'd be like immersed in that sort of music and you would just pick it up. Whereas I learned everything with sheet music and sight reading and all that.
Yeah.
I've learned so much. I think that the everything past the musical guest until this point is going live. It has to.
I just got a text from Oliver from Winnipeg. He's like, "How did I do? Did I kind of redo it?" And like the supportive person in me would be, and honestly, he did great. But then Nat came on, and so his performance was terrible. No, Nat, you're gonna love his stuff, and I connect.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, that's great.
So good, and I hope you connect with him. Do you remember him from Winnipeg at all? No, maybe
I
not.
do. When he said he came here last summer, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. He is a very good follow on IG because he's kind of like all of us NP stuff here and there, but when he, like you, picks up the instrument, everyone goes, Right. Oh,
Yeah.
that side. Got it.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Can we just close it down like this? Is this